Oh. It finally stopped. Well, there goes my computer. I just crashed my computer. They start fireworks early here. There's so many restrictions, whenever it gets to that time. There are a lot of people, especially people who don't really understand the holiday. Not in the same cultural context anyway. Who will start ahead of time? They don't understand the 4th of July. It's actually, the fireworks are actually representative of cannon fire. That's why, I guess that's why the people of Mexican descent can do some of the stuff that they do, and a lot of the rest of us just respectfully don't, because it's just, it's not really something that, there's like a rule about doing or not doing. It's just, you just don't. It's like they don't really understand. Yeah. Fireworks are pretty and awesome and all that, but yes, there's a lot of festivities, but it's actually, the 4th of July is celebrating the original 13 colonies' independence from the British. But it's also, remembrance. It's supposed to be anyway. I don't know how many people keep that in mind or not. I would like to note that it is 12:54 at night. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And that just happened. I'm assuming my phone is going to pick that up because that was pretty goddamn loud. If not, oh well. Oh, Chris. finished the second article in the morning. I was working on it, and then the fireworks started. Neighbors. Naturally, they didn't start at a sane time of day. They started, kept going late. Like, do you not have children? Do you not appreciate the fact that people have children? Do you not want those children to sleep? Yes, my boots are there instead of over there where they should be. Yes, I'm a horrible person for this. Yes, I also consider that to be a mess. Right there, that's a mess. I washed my hair this morning and or was it yesterday morning now? I drowned myself in music. My only regret with that is that I didn't find any love songs, really. Would have liked to have found some, like some real ones, not just the ones about sexing somebody up. It's hard to come across a real love song anymore. The ones that actually describe those, deep emotions. What it's like to actually be in a healthy relationship. They do exist. They're just not usually the new stuff. I'm too busy trying to be edgy. Anyway, want to know what the 4th of July is about? Listen to this. It's actually the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the red stripes we watched were so gallantly gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. I don't remember the rest right now. I know, it's bad. But my voice is not great right now. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. My thyroid hates me, so my voice is raspy a little bit, so I'm not gonna be able to sing right anyway. I thought about recording the song that my grandfather had requested, and I've practiced and all that, but for the one account that I do that on, and only that. And my voice, I need to wait for my thyroid to go back down. Also, with a bunch of booms in the background, because that was not great. I'd actually started recording before it started, and I ended up deleting that because it wasn't much of a journal at that point. I went from talking to taking just doing a meditative exercise to then, walking in and letting Chris know to go back to sleep. Go to sleep. Don't be getting up and playing in the bathroom and all that. Go to sleep. And he was like, I love you, Mom. And I'm like, I love you too. Go to sleep. And I turned up his thing so I can, so that it could help block out the noise of the fireworks a little bit. Because a noise machine helps him. Since we got it, it's helped. He, his favorite one is the thunderstorm. So, he's a light sleeper, so it helps to have that background noise a little bit more consistent, especially whenever you live in a neighborhood where people drive through like that guy did. Like really loud Mexican music on, I could see my bottom eyelashes on that eye. I'm just like, yeah, you'd never know, but my eyelashes are actually pretty long. Sorry, I'm staring at that little tiny, yeah. I don't wear makeup, so you'd never know, because, half of my eyelashes that, are actually still there, all very blonde at the ends. It's not something that you expect, because the hair on my body is different colors, and some of it is actually like that. Other places, too. Not all of it is just, one color. Some of it, changes. Honestly, I think the eyelashes thing is kind of normal-ish. It happens. I wonder. Last time I asked my grandfather what color my eyes were, he said blue. And I asked him what color my hair was, and he said blonde. I asked him what color my mom's eyes were, and he said blue. I don't think he's capable of just seeing people as they are. My eyes aren't blue. They spend a lot of time in green, though. Sometimes they're gray, but not blue. More of a neutral. They can be blue, but it's very rare, and it only happens whenever they're gray. So it's like a gray blue. But it's not common. My eyes haven't been consistently blue since I was very little. Kind of makes me wonder if my grandfather really has looked at me since then. If he really looked at anyone. Mom's eyes, as far as I know, were never blue. So, I don't know where he got that one. Mom's eyes were pretty consistent. I have to think really hard to remember, though. For some reason, I have a really hard time remembering Mom's eyes. She died whenever I was a kid. Younger than Chris is now. It was 3 months before I turned 8, so I spent most of my life just finding it easier to say that I was 8, so You didn't have to explain, that I was almost 8. Besides, people, the younger that you say, the younger that it sounds, the more they feel sorry for you, and never been much of a sympathy sort of person. But I do remember. Mom's eyes. If I close my eyes and I rack my memory, I can go back to before I was drugged up by grandmother at the estate. And even some time in between that, though there wasn't much time in between that. And I can remember every detail. But sometimes it feels like whenever I open my eyes, they slip away. Because I was so young. They don't really, it's just the memories aren't as vivid. I mean, because I was still a little kid. But her eyes weren't blue. My mom's eyes were never blue. Memories remembered from childhood, I have to close my eyes and focus on the image. Guess I should be grateful I can even do that. Because the first thing that you remember is the feelings whenever you're that age. That's the focus, the feelings. All I remember, if I don't try to remember, the color of her eyes is warmth. There's nothing like a mother's hug. It always felt different than anything else. In some ways, my mom and I are similar. And in a lot of ways, we're not. She was a little bit more of a free spirit. I plan everything. She was, the kind of woman who had a friend with benefits. I have never done that. I'll admit my mom had more partners than me by this point. She started earlier too. I never snuck out of the house and went partying. I snuck a flashlight and read books. I got yelled at for doodling on my schoolwork. How about my teachers? Told by my grandmother I'd never get anywhere with it. My mom was beautiful. And I'm not. She was gorgeous, though. She never saw it, though. I've never seen anybody look twice at me except to go, so fat. Can't do anything about it, I've tried. You don't want to know all the lengths I went to, especially whenever I was younger. It's actually a good thing that I've given up anything but just eating healthy and being as healthy as possible. As far as losing weight, my body's never going to be what I want it to be. And I just gotta not fixate on it. But my mom, she'd been a model. She was a small-time model. She won some sort of parade, beauty pageant thing. She was beautiful. And it's funny because even though she did all that, she did it because she was pushed to do it. She didn't really see herself as beautiful. But she knew. People would, whenever she smiled, people weren't even looking at her. It was like they were just almost compelled just to look. She just had that sort of energy about her. I don't have that. It's like I've got a permanent notice me not. I blend in very easily. Be very invisible whenever I want to be, too. Like, I don't know, I used to hate it, and then I just kind of learned to take advantage of it. You know, I don't really like being in the spotlight anyway. I don't like being the center of attention, you know, with a room full of people. I just want the right attention from the right people. Makes sense. You know, hugs from better half, kisses. Just the right stuff from the right people, you know, the people that matter. I never wanted that hollow, you know, attention that people give. That doesn't really mean much at all. On any sort of deep emotional level. My mom was an extrovert, like, extremely. I mean, she kept some things to herself. I mean, everybody does. To some extent or another. I think, anyway. But she was... If my mom had a Hogwarts house, it would have been, and Harry Potter wasn't even around whenever she was alive. Probably would have been Gryffindor. And as much as I wanted to be a Gryffindor as a kid, you know, whenever that stuff was out, probably would have been more of a Ravenclaw or a Hufflepuff. It's not that I couldn't be brave, it's just it wasn't exactly my defining trait. Not that I was a coward, it was just... My mom was the one, you know, who was like... You know, she could plan, but she was more likely to be spontaneous. And while I can be spontaneous, I am way more likely to plan. And what looks like spontaneity is most likely me having like 10 different backup plans, all split up with 10 more backup plans behind those, and so on and so forth. Jane has already been like, I'm just gonna let you plan stuff because you have plans for your backup plans for your backup plans. If anyone is going to do this and not get caught with their pants down, it's you. My mom was always getting caught like that, though. She didn't so much have backup plans for backup plans for backup plans as, you know, the basics were planned, something was going to go wrong. You know. This was... Sometimes it was acknowledged, sometimes it wasn't, you know. It's one of those things, you know. Most people don't plan that deeply. I've accepted that. My mom didn't either. She was a live in the moment sort of person. If you could bottle sunbeams, you know, just the warmth in that, put it so deep and then put it in a hug. That was pretty much Mom. And she wasn't just like that with us. She was, I mean, it was probably different with us, but it was also, she was kind elsewise too. It's always hard to describe Mom because she was very kind, very gentle. But then gentleness is a weakness she couldn't afford to display all the time. So sometimes she just kind of put up a mask. Same way some people put up a mask about, you know, being kind whenever they're really cruel. My mom was a kind person who was really warm. And then whenever you got to know her, she was just even warmer. It was just... Strangers fell in love with her as they got to know her. She was just that sort of person. She loved horses and navy blue. That was her favorite color, navy blue. Her favorite pants, you know, to wear whenever she wasn't at work. Her favorite pants.